brand angle splice no polish connector 8800 APC AS terminates 250 micron or 900 micron single fibers with an SC APC interface and an angle splice for superior optical return loss performance. Required tools for the quick termination are the 3M brand 2565 fiber optic angle cleaver kit, 3M brand no polish connector assembly tool 8865AT, and fiber strippers, such as our 3M brand fiber stripper 6365ST. The 3M brand no polish assembly tool 8865AT is a two-piece tool that is comprised of an assembly base and a fiber holder. The angle cleaver precisely forms a 7-degree cleave on the fiber end face, and the fiber holder from the assembly tool maintains the angle orientation during the fiber insertion into the connector. Additional materials needed are lint-free cloths, 99% reagent-grade isopropyl alcohol, tweezers, and a lint-free brush. The 3M brand no polish connector angle splice kit 2566 contains all of the tools necessary to terminate a 3M brand angle splice no polish connector 8800 APC. Clean all tools thoroughly prior to termination with a lint-free cloth and isopropyl alcohol. Repeat the process after each use. Make certain that the fiber stripper and cleaver are brushed free of obstructions and debris prior to each use. Take the connector from its package. Remove the dust caps from the ferrule and the boot. Position the assembly tool with the actuator button open. Insert the connector into the coupling with the white actuation button located on the connector facing up. You should hear an audible click when connector is properly seated in the coupling. The 3M brand angle cleaver cleaves the fiber to the proper length of 8 mm and results in a precise 7-degree angle to align with the factory-installed fiber stub in the 3M brand angle splice no polish connector. Prepare the cleaver by opening the 2 clamps and the cleave activation lever labeled number 3 on the cleaver. If using 900 micron fiber, determine if it is semi-tight or tight buffered fiber. To determine if using semi-tight buffered fiber, grip the 900 micron buffer in one hand and crimp the 900 micron with fiber strippers. If the buffer tube is easily pulled off with fingers, it is semi-tight buffered fiber. For tight buffered cable, strip the fiber in small increments until approximately 1.75 inches is removed. Verify the fiber strip length by using the white marks on the left side of the cleaver. Align the buffer and/or coating edge to the left side of the cleaver, and verify the fiber tip is between the 2 white lines. For semi-tight buffered fiber, utilize the fiber holder in the stripping process. By placing the fiber into the holder, close the rear clamp with the fiber to be stripped protruding from the rear of the holder, opposite the guide funnel, and proceed to strip the fiber. This will prohibit the buffer from stretching during the stripping process. Once the fiber has been stripped, remove the fiber from the holder. Verify the strip length on the cleaver, making sure the fiber tip is between the 2 white lines. Slide the fiber holder into position on the left-hand side of the cleaver by pushing from the back of the fiber holder towards the cleave blade until it stops. Open the guide funnel and middle covers and the back clamp on the fiber holder. Clean the fiber thoroughly with isopropyl alcohol and a lint-free cloth. Lay the fiber in the proper groove of the fiber holder, making sure that the natural bow in the fiber is facing down. Rotate the fiber so that it rests in the bottom of the V-groove in both cleaver clamps. Position the fiber so that the end of the buffer or coating is at the 8 mm mark on the cleaver. With the fiber in position, close clamp 1 on the left side of the cleaver by pushing the lever back until it stops, setting the correct cleave length of the fiber. Close clamp 2 on the right side of the cleaver in the same manner. It is important that the fiber is laying flat across the cleave blade. For 250 micron fiber and 900 micron tight buffer fiber, place in the groove labeled tight buffer. For semi-tight buffered fiber, the fiber should be placed in the groove labeled semi-tight buffer. This will ensure correct amount of clamping force for each type of fiber. Close the guide funnel and middle covers and rear clamp on the fiber holder, ensuring the fiber is properly aligned in the grooves. To cleave the fiber, press and release the cleave activation lever marked number 3. Carefully slide the fiber holder and fiber out of the cleaver by opening the left clamp on the cleaver marked number 1. Do not open the activation lever marked number 3 until the fiber holder has been removed, as this may damage the cleaved fiber. Slowly slide the guide funnel on the fiber holder forward until it stops. Fully close the cover on the guide funnel. Verify that it is fully forward to protect the fiber during insertion into the connector. Place the fiber holder in position to slide into the assembly tool. Slowly slide the fiber holder towards the connector. A small bow in the fiber will start when the front of the middle cover reaches the bow start mark on the assembly base. The funnel cover will open. If a bow is not seen, slide the fiber holder back and restrip, clean, and cleave the fiber, and begin the termination process again. If a bow is seen before the front of the middle cover reaches the bow start mark, slowly move the fiber holder back without removing the fiber completely from the connector until there is no bow. Then, slowly reinsert the fiber into the connector. If a bow still starts before the bow start mark, restrip, clean, and cleave the fiber, and start the termination process again. When the fiber holder is fully inserted into the connector and stops, verify the bow once again. The fiber will bow and open the bottom clamp if using rigid fibers, but can remain closed for flexible fibers. There should be no gap between the fiber holder and the base when the fiber is fully inserted. The funnel will stop on the fiber holder when the ears contact the release lever. Close the actuator button on the assembly tool base and firmly press to actuate the splice. An audible click may be heard when properly actuated. Squeeze the release lever on the side of the tool base and push the ears of the fiber holder forward to actuate the buffer clamp. Lift the remaining fiber covers and clamp on the fiber holder to release the fiber. Slide the fiber holder from the assembly tool base. It is optional to test the no polish connector in the tool using the coupling. Pull the connector from the coupling to complete the termination process. Clean the connector ferrule with a lint-free wipe and isopropyl alcohol and install. If the connector is not going to be immediately put into service, place the protective dust cap over the connector ferrule.